Actiel from Fusion Cosplay, and we're watching Breaking Bad Season 1, Episode 4.
Yes, this one is called...
Wait. Cancer Man.
Cancer Man. What happened last episode?
I knew it. I called it. Of course, it's gonna talk about his cancer.
What?
Of course.
The ending, you mean? Yeah, he's...
the last scene.
It ended with...
What are you talking about?
What happened during the episode?
Oh yeah, like he killed the guy, he's cleaning everything up and he wants to make clear he doesn't want to do the work anymore. But I know it's Breaking Bad and it's gonna go
Bad again.
bad.
Yeah. It ended with him telling Skylar that he had something to tell her.
Yes, and I know it's about the cancer.
Probably. He's not gonna say like, I'm cooking meth. But that's only because I have cancer.
You want to make her an heart attack?
She's gonna go into labor right now. But yeah, Jesse and Walter did go through what they had to deal with. Like they took care of the body, they killed the guy. We got to see his backstory as well.
He came back, he saw that everything is cleaned out, and there's no more cops.
Murray and Hank think that Walter Jr. is taking pot. Smoking pot, so Hank tried to have a conversation with him, but he was just laughing the whole way through. So
he doesn't even know what's all about.
I think he understood eventually. It's like I said in the episode, it's almost like when your parents want to have the sex talk with you, but you already know what this is about. So you think it's funny. You're just like, okay, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah. Yes, and it's like he doesn't take it personally. Like he doesn't know it's about him knowing that somebody is talking about.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why would he take it personally? He doesn't take any drugs. So.
No, that's right. So it's out of his mind. Like he don't know why this is all about.
Yeah. So this episode 4, Cancer Man, is one of my favorites for personal reason. We'll talk about this after. But
of the season?
I would say maybe of the season. Well, the season is probably one of my favorites. But the series, it's up there. So without further ado, let's jump into Cancer Man.
That there's a good story, Walt. Tell them how you met Skylar.
Mom was a waitress in Los Alamos. And Dad said that thing to you.
Well, actually, your mother wasn't a waitress. It was a summer job. And she was the hostess, and she also worked the cash register. It got to be so that I would only go in when I knew she was working. When it was slow, she would lean against the counter, doing her crossword puzzles, but kind of hiding it, right? Pretending that she was still working. And once I caught on to that, I would do crossword puzzles while I ate my grilled cheese sandwich.
Aww.
We would both be doing the New York Times crossword puzzle. Eventually, I caught her looking over at me. So I began saying, excuse me, 14 across, 7-letter word for whatchamacallit. May I ask what you wrote down?
It's good to bring all the good memories, but she's having a breakdown right now.
I don't think that I finished even one of them.
Oh.
But your mother would do them in ink.
Oh.
Very smooth.
Whoa. Sky.
Mom, are you alright?
Hey. Shh, honey, it's okay. What's the matter?
That's how he cries for real. Don't judge.
That's
What's
a bomb.
she talking about?
I mean, she's expecting a baby too. Like, she learns that
No, the
her man is
situation
gonna
is-
go. Yeah.
The situation is artful.
I have cancer.
He knew?
Nope.
Lung cancer.
There is no right way to say that to the family.
What a teenager way to deal with something.
Ask him how long he's known.
You just want to.
It's glad you're here.
I mean, I don't get, lung cancer. How could that happen? You don't even smoke.
I'm thinking that this goes back 20 years, maybe, to the applications lab. All those chemicals they had you working around.
We always took the proper precautions.
And one time you
No, the
complained
car
about
wash.
that they didn't give you the right anesthesia.
She needs to put the blame on something.
I think they can get away with this.
It's bargain.
We should hire
It's,
her. Okay, so first.
One of the stages of grief.
Okay, so first thing tomorrow, I talk to my radiologists. We find you the best, the oncology dream team. It's good. That's good.
What?
Yeah.
Is money gonna rain on?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really want to think about money right now, but he's not taking that really well.
Having trouble dealing with a credit card, having a $5 bill,
There's that too.
$15.
I
I hope this goes without saying, but whatever happens, I want you to know that I'll always take care of your family.
That's a complicated thing to say right here, though. He's got good intentions, but I don't think Walt wants anyone other than him to take care of the family.
Don't ask.
Yeah, don't ask. You don't want to know.
Yo, check out these fake Pop-Tarts.
Yo.
Thanks.
Yo.
You're lost. These are from like Canada or something. Imported. Hey, yo, what happened to your hallway, man?
I heard you lost your partner, Emilio. Didn't he get locked up?
No, man, he's out. His cousin bailed him out.
I don't know about any of that. I've just been kind of doing my own thing these days, so.
But you, maybe got some crystal, man? Cause I could seriously go for a bowl right now, you know what I'm saying? Take the edge off.
Maybe it just so happens that, just recently cooked the best batch ever.
Yeah, Jesse
Oh,
Pinkman.
yeah. Came up with this whole new recipe. It's more like a formula. It's like, but, you know, I don't know. I've been thinking maybe I'd just lay off of it for a while. Because lately it's been kind of making me paranoid, so.
He doesn't want to take it anymore.
You know, for like health-wise, just lay off.
Yo, if you're not in this area, man, just tell us to piss off. It's cool.
Hey, I got plenty of pot.
Yeah, I think I'll bounce, man.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Hey, yo. Hey, Holmes. I'm joking. Okay, I'm totally joking. Wait,
Oh, you wanna make chummy.
Sit down.
They're friends. They're totally friends, but
Not if you don't have drugs.
that's mainly what keeps them together, I feel like.
Best Dante ever.
And he has said that it's making him paranoid, so he wants to stay off of it, but peer pressure.
No, that's right. And mostly when you start to have drugs, it's in high school and you wanna be part of the gang.
Yeah. He's looking for acknowledgement and people to say that, oh, dude, you're good. Because, I mean, he's saying, I did the best batch ever.
But he's with people
They don't
down in the dumps or
Yeah.
in his world won't be there to support him if he's going up.
Crazy.
Oh. It's gonna have a club back. Oh,
Come on! Hey, yeah, am I gonna have to come down there and whoop your ass? I'm hands down the best he's got in that office. He knows it, I know it. I expect to be paid to a level commensurate with... I said, Dave, do you think 40 grand is a proper bonus? That's less than 10% of what I booked for you guys this quarter. Come on. I'm not gonna sit here and be disrespectful. Right.
Sir.
I feel you, Walt. I feel you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Any lips like some
Sorry, I would like a cashier's check in the full amount made out to Oncology Partners of New Mexico, please.
so he's making the
I don't
deposit.
understand why they're forcing you to choose between the piccolo and the oboe. You show so much promise with both.
What about Mr. Pemberton? Is he giving you enough individual attention?
I'd have to say so. He tries to talk to each one of us at least once during every practice.
Well, that's good. Feedback's important.
It's key, I think.
Jesse.
That was an arpeggio.
What the hell are you doing out here?
Jesse.
Hey, Dad.
Oh my god, that's his favorite.
Hey, Mom.
They must be so proud of their kid.
Oh, you mean this couple of overachievers?
I kind of understand maybe the background of the character.
Oh, we'll talk about this for sure.
When'd you get this?
Last May at the year-end assembly. They gave me that one too, the one in the end.
Oh, it's the little perfect
Environmental
boy.
Consciousness Award.
Oh, we need to talk about this later.
What's that mean? Now, hey, remember, not all learning comes out of books.
Yes.
Yeah. We should hang out more often. You know, just kick back and chill. Yeah, man, you play the flute?
It's a piccolo, actually.
Dude, play some Jethro Tull.
Hey guys, how we doing in here?
We're good.
Jay?
Yeah, fun one.
It's good. It's great.
She leaves the door open. Oh my god.
Doesn't want him to soil his her perfect son.
What the hell? What am I, some criminal or something? Like, oh, we can't let that scumbag warp the mind of our favorite son.
I'm the favorite? Yeah, right. Practically all they ever talk about.
Oh, I'm feeling this scene so much.
Can you start guessing why it's one of my favorite episodes? Jesse being my favorite character helps too, but
You're just jealous. You're not the favorite. Oh, oh no!
Careful, the can. It's okay. Just go.
It's just
go,
my
go a little.
feet's too long. I have
Yeah.
long feet.
Legs. Your legs. Your feet are okay.
Yeah, they're pretty fine. Is she gonna keep it to
No,
herself?
no.
No, okay.
Got anything to say?
How many chances have we given you? How many times have we said right here and had the same conversation over and over again where you look us in the eye and you plead ignorance and you play on our emotions and you tell us anything and everything you think we want to hear just so we'll give you another chance. And it makes us feel like fools.
You broke my heart,
I know,
Jesse. You broke my heart.
We are not going to have this in our house. We need you to leave.
Is he gonna leave it here? It's obviously taking a toll on them. Like, I did not notice that the dad is crying right here. First time I watched, I didn't notice.
Thanks for not telling mom.
Oh no! What? You put us.
You think I could have it back?
He's smoking pot to deal with all the stress.
Pressure.
Don't go there.
Don't follow my path.
You know, this is actually very hopeful. Did you hear me? I said this is really very, very hopeful. So, can I call them and tell them we'll start next week?
Yeah.
I just think that we need to discuss it a little more, that's all.
What is there to discuss? You're gonna get the best treatment, and he's the best.
Well, there's the money discussion. I think, no, $90,000 out of pocket, maybe more.
There's a way, Walt. There's financing. There's installment plan to work.
Don't deal with
Well,
in
there's
front of
always
Their kid.
Yes, don't deal in front of the
You
kid.
say that there is a way, and we spend all that money, and am I supposed to leave you with all that debt? No. Honey, maybe treatment isn't the way to go.
Then why don't you just fucking die already? Just give up and die.
Would you be pissed off? Like,
Stage 3, you're like, it's gonna come back.
It's gonna.
We're talking about years.
In his head, he's saying basically, I'll have to go through all the after effects just for what 2-3 months.
I'm just waiting that he's gonna spit blood. Damn!
Have you seen the show?
Oh, not the douche.
Yeah, dude, I'm not worried. I got the best freaking attorney.
If you want to steal his money, or I don't know.
Walt is not a thief.
I know,
but he hates the guy. That's for sure.
Yeah, of course. He's hating the spirit he's seeing.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of chaos right there. Okay, goodbye. Damn!
He just walks away.
Cool guys
Oh, yeah.
don't look at explosions.
Look at him. He's happy with this.
No, in his head it's not fair.
Yeah.
Like a bad guy, man.
He did
a
everything
dick like
right.
that.
In his head, he did everything right always, and he's the one with the cancer, with the problems, with the son who's like just give up and die, with all the shit. And this guy deserves absolutely nothing. He's a douchebag, and he has it all. He has the money, he has the support, he has everything.
Like the fame.
So he's like, you want a bit of a my
misery.
Misery. There you go. Have it. He was in control for this part. He was just getting rid of his stress.
Yep.
He needed it. He totally needed it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Walter sometimes he can do crazy shit.
Yeah. I know since episode 1 when he was fighting the people in the mart.
And by the way, people have tried this to see if it works.
Not with their own car.
I don't know, but apparently people have tried this. Well, don't try it with your car because it works.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, Jesse and his family.
It's just...
It's so sad.
It's kind of a complicated family.
Yeah.
Like the parents having high expectation about their kids, and we have the older brother who was not achieving those standards. And maybe he slipped, like I said last episode, he find a way out with maybe pot or with friends who were accepting it just because he was smoking pot or with friends with drugs, and it's just simple. It's not difficult to have these kind of friends, and after he go back to his family and it's like he feels like he's deceiving his family.
Yeah, there's something about his character we saw this episode that is really, really at the center of who Jesse really is. I feel like Jesse, like you said, growing up in a family that's so overachieving. Like just that conversation with the kid and the Jake in the beginning. They're like talking about soccer practice and then achievements at school and like, oh, are they taking care of you one-on-one? Yeah, I mean, feedback is the best. Like they're all about
he's doing that
stuff.
And I don't know what's the name of the youngest brother. Jake is like doing. I also.
Oh my god, he's doing so much. It's crazy.
Community services, but not.
I don't think they mentioned that, but
yeah, it's not. It was not a little trophy. It's like, oh yeah, you're doing.
Well, he sent. It's more of it on his part. Like he sent an email to the journal, and he was asking what kind of bleach they used. So basically, he did something for environmental, like.
Okay. For the greater good.
There you go. So they're an overachieving family, and I feel like Jesse went through that.
He's doing it pretty good, but he needs a spot, and Jay.
Oh my god, he needs to lay off the stress.
Yeah, and Jesse sees like the beginning of a sprout growing in his
well,
brother and he's not liking it. That's
I feel like Jesse, and that's what I was saying, it's at the center of his character. I feel like his entire life he's been told you're not good enough. You've got Walter also telling him, you know, back in high school, apply yourself. This is ridiculous. And it's interesting because it's not, you're not capable of this.
He's not putting an effort in something he doesn't want to.
No, that's it. It's not, you're not capable of doing it. It's just that you're not giving in enough efforts. And that makes a whole difference, because for someone to be told, you can't do something.
Success is 19%, 90%.
To be told you can't do something, you're just going to say, well, I'm not going to try it. To be told you're not trying enough, that's going to make you think, well, then it's just that I'm worth shit. I'm not trying enough, so it's my fault. It's not your expectations that are too high. It's me who's not doing the job. So he's putting that pressure on himself, I feel like. And you saw it with his friends. He's desperate for acknowledgement. He's desperate for that pat on the back. Yeah, he wants to be told, you did a good job. He's not saying, well, my teacher worked with me and did that crystal. He's saying, I did it.
You just want to be loved.
Yeah, and he went back, I mean, he goes back to Walter and he's like, I mean, people want that crystal, and it's something that they're close to him because of that. They're telling him, the shit you cooked is worth a lot and people want to buy it. So can you make more? And he's like, I don't want to lose
something,
this.
Finally.
Exactly. So he goes back to Walter, and there's other stuff with that as well.
But it's not you. It's just Walter. It's not. It's not you.
He's learning. Like
yeah, you can learn, but it's not coming back to Walter. But you can do the effort to being in the partnership with Walter.
As long as he doesn't put chili pepper in it. He used to put, like, you don't remember, but in episode 1 he used to put chili pepper and chili powder.
Oh yeah, like it's his recipe, his note.
It's his signature.
Why? Yeah, signature.
But yeah, still I feel like, and it's not a coincidence to see how he's acting now in the same episode where he goes back to his family. He goes back there and he sees all the shit his brother has done. He doesn't feel like he's enough. Maybe he feels like he needs to prove himself, and he's good at meth, at making crystal and selling it. So that's what he's gonna keep on doing. But I mean, and then his brother comes with the pot story, and he doesn't want his brother to go through all the shit he went through, especially now that he's killed 2 people.
But like I said, the weed was just a solution. So now you need to work with something about the problem.
Yeah, but he's taking away, for his brother, he's taking away that solution because he's been through that same path, I feel like. He's been in the same position with the expectations and being the favorite son.
I don't think so. Like you said, it's like you're saying he's not putting enough effort in the solution of his problem. Like just doing, this is not a solution, but okay, find me another one. Just don't say no. Don't just say no.
You mean about the pot?
About the pot. About the weed.
No, but I feel like he doesn't want his brother to go down the same road as he is. I'm talking from his perspective.
I know, but taking the blame of his brother won't solve anything.
Yeah, that I know, but I'm talking about Jesse's point of view.
But I'm talking about Jake.
It's true, yeah. Jake's problem is not going to be solved, I mean, especially with parents like this. When I first watched the episode...
They want to do good. They do want to do good. They just want the best for their kids, but they're not doing it pretty great. It's not working for Jesse.
It's something I noticed watching this one. I noticed how emotional they were when they kicked him out, and I'm like, when I watched it, Jesse being my favorite character, of course there's a little bias here. Like, I would watch the episode and be like, I'm supporting Jesse, but then after that I would calm down and be like, still, I can't understand where they come from, especially because I've seen it in my family. Like, I've seen people go through what Jesse's going through, maybe not to that extent, but I've seen it happen. So I understand where the parents come from, although I don't. They were having high expectations, but when their son were not facing them, they didn't push him away. Like, yes, at the end, but they still gave him. I multiple
heard
chances.
They gave a lot of chances.
Yeah,
for
that's what I mean. Like,
but
after,
he was just going back at it again.
That's what I said. Like, after I calmed down, I looked at it without the subjective and the emotions, and I'm like, I mean, they did give him a lot of chances. What I don't appreciate from the parents is their way of pushing their kids so much, because that's another thing I've seen in my family. And usually when you push your kids that much, it usually ends up being the other it ends the other way around. Like, instead of having like overachieving kids, you're gonna have dropouts and people who just don't want to work that much because they're not doing it for them, they're doing it for the parents, and it's never like a good thing.
Like when you come back with an 80%, 90% and your parents say it's not enough.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Jesse had talent, like you saw it. He's good in drawings, like he was good.
Push that seed.
Yeah, but they didn't.
No, they just want to have a little medical student.
And it's so sad, like that his relationship with his parents is so messed up now that they don't even question the possibility that Jake might be the one hiding the pot. Like, it's obviously Jesse who did something bad, and they don't give him any more chances. They're kicking him out in a moment where he needs their support a lot, because he's been through so much already.
Yes, but technically, they found the weed in his room.
Yeah, true.
So,
but he's been there for one day. I mean, I'm saying also like that, if they knew all the shit he's been doing... If they knew all the shit he's doing, like he's cooking meth, guys.
Crystal meth.
He's smoking meth as well sometimes.
He's smoking weed, but not
just that.
When you're with methamphetamine or crystal meth and you're dealing with pot,
it's not that bad compared to the rest. So I'm like, they don't even know half of what he did.
But then we're in Canada and we're legalizing it, so I'm like, yeah.
No, in those days it was not legal.
No, it was not legal in back in
So there's that. But I feel like it's sad for Jesse as a character and as a kid to have to face what he's been through alone, because now his parents just won't support him. They wanted to give him another chance, and that's something I did notice more this episode. Like I said, the dad was crying when he sent him away, when he pushed him out. So.
Yeah, because maybe Jesse's feeling like he is the mistakes, but I think the parents lived it as they did wrong with Jesse. And of course, when I heard a lot about parents having sans-abri, homeless children's, like doing with the street. I heard a lot of documentaries about parents with kids living in the streets, and it's very hurtful because of course parents want to help their children, but most of the time, and homeless and with the drugs, but as a parent you need to back off. Like, you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped.
That's true.
And of course you need to break the chain. Like, I give you some options, I gave you chances, but it won't work if you don't step and work to it.
Step up and work for it.
At this moment, we need you to make a real effort. It's the place we need an effort, and when you will be able to do it, we'll help you.
True, and I feel that's sad because Jesse kind of missed that opportunity. Right now, he's feeling bad about what's happening, and he's really down. Like, two people died, and he needs that support, but it's just too late. So it's almost like he's thinking, or he could be thinking that now that he's into the business, there's no reason for him to get out of it because it's the only thing he's good at. So he's messed himself up, and he made some bad decisions, and now he's stuck there. And it's crazy sad because this kid is still a kid.
Of course, every time I saw him, it was like, oh.
I mean, like, even today, he's 40 years old and he still looks like a kid. Like, this guy doesn't age. He doesn't age.
Just having a baby face at the end of this day.
Yeah. Like, the only thing is he's rounder around the face now, but I swear to God, he still looks like a kid. But anyway, so there's that. But I mean, the family, the issue is gonna... Stop it, you're worse than I am.
Yeah.
The issue is gonna come back, you'll see, but and we'll talk about it some more, but right now, all I can say is I'm actually happy I noticed the dad crying, because I felt at the moment when I saw it for the first time that maybe they did not appreciate their son as much, since he was a screw up, since he was not as good as they wanted him to be. They kind of gave up on him, but I know that they tried several times, and I know it hurts them to see him like
every
this.
time.
Yeah.
And you believe every time he's going away.
And I mean, we saw it. His dad wanted to be like, we're laying down the law, and he wanted to go to him and tell him. And then they see him just setting the table and just trying to be a good son and just wanting to be a part of the family. And they're like, maybe later, you know? They don't want to face that problem. And it's sad to me.
They don't know how to do it.
And he understands,
not
like,
useless, they're powerless.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with this.
And I feel like Jesse knows what's happening here because he understands both sides, but he cannot help but feel mad that they're trying to kick him out and stuff. Like, you saw his face. He knows that they're behind him, and he knows that they want to tell him stuff, and he's like...
But he's not mad at them. He's mad at himself.
And in that episode, I believe he might have been mad at himself. Yeah.
Maybe even if it's for his weed, like, he would have been mad at himself, like, I let down again my parents. But if it's Jake, it's all... There's still the problem. There's a weed problem in the house, and they do still believe it's me who bring him out, and I'm still the problem. And that's deceiving as a situation.
With Jake, though, I feel like he was really trying to be a good brother, not destroy that relationship he had with his
He want to be, and he doesn't want to bring his problem. Like when he says, I feel this thing, like when he says, oh yeah, I'm the favorite, fuck you. Like every time you were coming back with problems, dad and mom still wants to heal you and bring, and like you can bring with all the bad stuff and it will be alright, but if I make one mistake, you're say I'm gonna be the bullshit.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah.
Jake, I feel that.
You felt that?
And
so it's almost like you resent his brother a little bit because he's like, I might be doing everything right now, but it's never enough because they still talk about you, and you're the screw up.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's sad too because they're brothers. Like they should be able to hang out, like Jesse was saying.
They're jealous at each other.
Although I don't feel like Jesse is jealous of Jake. He doesn't hold him against Jake. He's trying, like, although he was trying to present himself as the guy who's seen it all. Like he's saying, like, oh, I mean, not all learning comes from books. You gotta live a little. I've lived it through.
School of life.
Yeah, I could teach you some stuff. Like he's trying to be the cool older brother. And I mean, it doesn't work. It's so awkward. He's not even like enjoying that
because
time
you're
with
still
him.
having to figure out your problems, man. You can't be. You're not a solid pole, like I can say.
You're not a good
standing
figure,
pole. Like
yeah, you're
in
not
your house. No, your house is
a
kind
role
of
model.
big.
You're not a role model right now, and it's not working. But anyway,
but I thought it was going in a way like maybe we can play, having fun. Because that can be a release or something. It's like video games or catching the ball, like having a moment of free of all the stress and the assignment, achievements, and
that's something I'm still praying for. Like this is a relationship I really love, and it breaks my heart. Anyway, but
so I think that's enough about Jake and
that's what I wanted to say. In
so,
this episode, we saw Jesse's family, but we also got to see what was going on with Walter's family. Walter Jr. is having a hard time.
But of course, like I do believe that Walter Jr. sees his father as someone in denial of his diagnosis, and I do think so that he's in denial. He's not living his like. When we saw it, when he received the treatment, he was in denial. He was talking about his yellow stain, and after that, when he heard about the treatment, like what it's gonna do to his body, he's still blacked out. So he's really in denial. He's still in denial.
I don't think denial is the right word.
It's shock.
I feel like Walter already accepted the idea that he was gonna die. So the idea of struggling is not something that appeals.
Of course, the stage of grief, you can pass one to another and go back. But he didn't pass the angry. He's still a little bit. He's still angry, but he didn't have yet his sadness stage.
But I mean, you see how he talked to Skylar. Skylar is so hopeful. She's trying. Skylar is going through the stages of denial, grief. But you see that when she's talking about solutions, Walter goes straight to too much money, too much stress, too much. That's just too much.
Yeah.
I don't think. And there's another thing here that's more related to Walt's character, but we'll see that in a further episode, so I don't want to bring it up right now. But you feel like Walter doesn't really have a say in what's going on. He doesn't have a say in his diagnosis, and now he's being told that, well, you're dying, but if you go through all this shit, you might perhaps, like, there's a little chance that eventually you'll survive 2 more days. So
we're talking about it, like I said, in stage 3 and 4th, we have nothing more to do. Like you're sparkling with cancer. Mm-hmm. You're sparkling with all the death cell and everything. At the stage 3, you have real problems with your lungs. I do believe like it's kind of an operation. We need new lungs.
And in this case, it's inoperable, they said, so.
Yeah, so right now we're just talking, at stage 3 mostly, we're talking about maybe we can recover out of it. But I heard, and I like this sentence, like we were, I heard a comparison about with cancer and like bad weeds, mauvaise herbe. It's like, weeds.
As in, like, there's too much to take all of it out.
You can't take all of it, but it will come back. Always, and you need to treat it all over again.
It's a death sentence. So right now, what they're talking about is just extending.
It's a slow killer.
Yeah, they're talking about extending his life, and I feel like, and I mean, he was right at the end. Like, it's true that it's $90,000 for the treatment, and there's gonna be more to pay for in the future. Like, it's not just $90,000. It's gonna add and add and add. And I mean, right now he decided not to cook meth anymore. Like, you saw how he reacted. He really doesn't want any say. He doesn't want any part in that world right now. That's what he's saying. So, no more money and now all that debt, and everyone is freaking out.
He needs to make a choice, because right now he had a good way to make money, but he doesn't. You want to quit it, okay? But now, where do you gonna find this money? You can.
And from the looks of it, he doesn't want to take the
have
treatment.
Have a loan at someone, have a loan at the bank, have a loan at something, but you need money.
And he doesn't want to leave his family with the debt.
Yeah.
And I mean, from the conversation about the consequences of chemo and stuff, he doesn't want to go through that. But I mean, I understand his side of the problem, and I also understand the family's side. Like, you don't want to be in front of your dad, and your dad is just basically saying, well, I'm dying. There's some things I could do to cure it, but I'm not even going to try. I'm accepting it. It's almost like he's saying, I don't care about you enough to fight.
No.
So I understand why Walter Jr. is going through this. And you saw, like, the distance between the two. They're standing in the same room, but they're standing at the opposites of the rooms, and there's no closeness.
And still Walter doesn't talk about, then go die. Like, he's just, I think he want to be a rebel about something, and he's angry, and both the parents doesn't talk about it.
I mean, they don't want to involve him in the problem, but I mean, he's part of it. Like, he's part of his family.
He's too much into it to just forget it, man.
It's his dad.
No, of course, and you want to talk about it. You want to talk about his feelings, pass some times with his father, and he doesn't.
Spend some time
with his dad.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I think, and cooking meth, it's like the answer of both of the people. Hank will have his money, and Jesse will have his acceptance.
Yeah.
He's gonna be accepted with somebody.
It's a shitty solution, though. By the way,
it's a shitty solution, but as always, the drug is an easy solution to everything.
Yeah. Before we end this, Hank saying like, "Oh, always take care of your family." Walt's reaction to that?
Maybe I'm retarded at that moment, but I know Hank was talking about he was talking like I said,
if they
need aggressive.
Money.
If you need money, but mostly if you die, I'm gonna take care of Walter Jr. That's what I heard. That's what I understand of this sentence.
Well, that's mainly what he said. He's saying, I'm going to take care of your family. They're expecting a baby. They're going to need the money. They're going to need the support. And he's basically saying, I'm your brother-in-law. If something happens to you, eventually, I'll give them the support they need. But to Walter, it's almost like hearing, you're going to be there in my place. I don't think he wants anyone to take care of the family besides him, especially since Walter Jr. already loves Hank more than his dad from the looks of it.
There's a lot of pride.
Yeah. So it's a complicated family. It's a complicated problem, and we're just adding on to it. The episode was called Cancer Man. It was perfect.
Cancer Man.
Or no, Cancer Man. The Cancer Man.
Yeah, but cancer.
I mean, in Walter's, that too. In Walter's case, I mean, he's the one with the cancer. He's almost seen like a test subject. Like, now he's just a problem that needs a solution. And Jesse is the cancer to his family in his mind. He's the rotten apple.
Ah, yes.
I love this
He's
show.
the black sheep.
I love this show. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next episode because this discussion is going really long.
Yeah,
So,
sorry.
yeah. Thank you guys so much.
But it was a lot of things to talk about.
With you, like,
Yeah.
I was already expecting to have long conversations with you, especially on episodes where characters are the main
Background.
focus. Yeah, because, I mean, that's why I love reactions in shows. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
And if you want, you can wait next week for the YouTube video.
Yes. See you then.
Goodbye.
Bye.